Member for Johnston.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I was planning to speak only to recognise the incredible work of our first responders today, but I feel I must briefly address some of the comments made by the Deputy Chief Minister about me this afternoon. To interrupt this motion about recognising the incredible work of emergency service workers and attack me personally is completely inappropriate. This is the same kind of behaviour the Deputy Chief Minister joined his fellow members in condemning just last week when I brought forward a motion to address time-wasting personal attacks in this chamber. Madam Speaker, when politicians don't want to talk policy, they go personal, and that's exactly what the Deputy Chief Minister is doing. Let's remember what that protest was about, an issue that I am bizarrely prevented from talking about in this chamber. That's what the Deputy Chief Minister doesn't want to talk about. Madam Speaker, I want to put on the record that I respect the work that police do, and at that protest I was standing with community members who were exercising their democratic right to protest. My job as a representative is to show up and listen and stand with the people that I represent. So I won't be bullied into questioning my respect for police, and I will not allow this to distract me from this motion, and I will leave my comments there because this motion is not about a protest a month ago. It's about recognising the courage, dedication and incredible work of our Northern Territory emergency service workers. So, Madam Speaker, I also want to thank the member for Daly for bringing this motion and join with everyone in this chamber to thank every single person across the Territory who has stepped forward during the unprecedented flooding that we're experiencing. In these past weeks, we have seen our communities facing fear, uncertainty, displacement, and yet in the middle of it all, Territorians have been looking after one another with extraordinary courage and compassion. Whether you were officially deployed or simply a caring neighbour, your actions have mattered. Your kindness has mattered, and your willingness to give something of yourself to help someone else is something that none of us will ever forget. Because in times of crisis, we know and we've heard in this chamber, we see the true character of a place. And what we've seen over the past few weeks is the Territory at its very best, resourceful, determined, generous and fiercely protective of one another. So to those people who have travelled vast distances on short notice, often with limited resources to protect communities that depend on you, thank you. I can only imagine how gruelling it has been. I've heard from some of you, and I know that many of you have worked through exhaustion, through worry for your own families, and through the heartbreak of seeing others lose so much. You shouldn't have had to push yourself so far, and I'm sorry that it has been so tough. And I hope that in the days ahead, you are able to rest, to breathe, and to recover, even though there is still so much work ahead of you. I want to acknowledge especially our Northern Territory Emergency Services volunteers. Time and time again, you give up your evenings, your weekends, precious moments with family to respond to emergencies so others can be safe. Your service is humbling. And to the now ADF personnel, our police officers, bushfires NT crews, St John ambulance workers, your strength and calm in the midst of chaos I know has brought comfort and stability to so many. To the people who dropped everything to support emergency shelters, to help roll out relief payments and to care for families who had to flee their homes with almost nothing, your humanity makes a huge difference. At times like this, the exact lines of our electorate boundaries feel very unimportant. We are all in this together, but I do want to give a particular acknowledgement and thank you to all the amazing volunteers from Johnston. Thank you, and if there is anything that we can do to support you from our office, please let us know. And to everyone helping those dealing with the fallout of these floods, our doctors, nurses, social workers, mental health teams, homelessness support workers, Larrakia Nation, Katherine Community Night Patrol, Kalano Community Association, Victoria Daily Regional Council, the Katherine Medicare Mental Health Centre, the Strongbala Mines Walk-In Talk-In Space, TD, many organisations, every other organisation providing care, comfort and dignity in this moment of upheaval. Thank you. We know that you are holding people at a time when they desperately need your steady hands. And also to the teams working quietly but tirelessly behind the scenes, filling the gaps, taking on extra shifts, holding the fort so their colleagues can respond on the ground. You are part of this response effort too, and your support is what makes all of this possible. And finally, to the many people across the community who have reached out and said, how can I help? What do people need? Thank you. Thank you for your patience as we reached out to service providers and government to find out how you can help. Thank you for your offers of donations and for recognising that recovery doesn't end when the waters go down, that people will need support for weeks and months ahead. And thank you for being willing to stand with them on that journey. And a special thank you to Soraya, who sent me a message wanting to donate her favourite toys to the children in the shelter, and who, when she heard they didn't have mattresses, offered her own bed. That is what community looks like, and that is what it means to care for one another. Madam Speaker, we often talk about the strength of our community in times of crisis, but what we have seen here is more than strength. It's connection, it's generosity, it's people choosing again and again to show up for one another. So to everyone who has stepped forward during this disaster, thank you. Thank you for your resilience, thank you for your sacrifice, and thank you for your compassion. The floods are testing us, and we know there is more to come, but they've also reminded us who we are. We are a community that comes together. We are a community that looks after one another, and because of that, we are stronger, safer, and kinder. Thank you, Madam Speaker.